So Bob, just what'd you see good? What'd you see bad?
I thought we played in spurts. We played well in spurts, and it's hard when you're subbing freshmen in and out of there, and you're trying to get guys playing time that deserve some playing time. But I mean, you still want to. I wanted to make sure that we played well enough to at least get the fans a little bit excited about our teams. So they deserve that.
What does 55 rebounds tell you about your team at this point?
We don't shoot very well. I mean, we spend a lot of time on rebounding, but we're so capable of being so much more consistent shooting the ball, and we've got to continue to work on it. And I think they got a little tired. You do this time of year, you do so much half court that you're not running up and down. Your wind is not what it will be when you get into playing games. 3 games a week or whatever, 3 or 4 games a week. So we're just trying to. It's a different kind of situation. We don't have a whole lot of returning veteran guys. We've got older guys, but they're coming from different places, different ideas of how to play, different offensive systems, different defensive systems, different expectations. It's going to take a little bit of time to do that.
Having a couple guys, though, that can simply just go and get it, there's got to be at least, I would imagine, some weight off your shoulders, right?
Well, I think that's going to be a competitive position for us. I thought James was really good today, and James is the bounciest of the 3. Mo's the longest, James is the bounciest, and Jimmy's the biggest. I thought James was really good. I mean, if James continues to get better, he's going to find himself with a lot of playing time. He's a shot blocker. He does a great job. He's just quick off his feet.
What did you think of your defense?
It was good at times and bad at times. It's not near where it needs to be. It's not near where we certainly want it to be. But again, a lot of it is you're trying to break old habits and start new, which is harder than just starting new habits, obviously. So it's going to take a little bit of time. That's why it was so important that we got the scrimmage date and then we got this exhibition game in. Because then from now on, we start playing where they actually count them.
You mentioned the versatility, being able to put different looks out, both offensively and defensively. How much does it hurt some of that because you don't have 2 bigs available, or does it help it more because playing 3 guards or 2 guards, 2 wings is something that takes more time to work with?
Depends on what they're doing. Depends on what they're doing. Are they pressing? Well, you need more ball handlers in the game, or they play a little zone at the end. Primarily, it was man to man. I'm just trying to get them all to experience a look at as many things as I can get them to have a look at, and trying to get some of those freshmen. I heard a little bit. I think they were talking about Joe, and Joe's in the gym. Joe lives in the gym. He does a great job in getting in the gym. And I watched him. He made 20 in a row in warm-ups. I was sitting there with Jay Jacobs. Jay never made 20 in his career, and he made 20 jump shots in a row. And I thought he could have a big have a big impact on the game. He came in and made the first one, and then you kind of, when you're a freshman, you start looking around and there's, well, what's it, Mess, 9,400, something like that, 9,400 fans there. Write that one down, Justin, since you screwed the other ones up. 9,800. There you go. That's tough when you're coming from a high school. When you go to the game and there's 50 people there. So we're going to get better. They're good guys. They're good guys. They want to get better. We've got some guys that we're gonna have to sit on a little bit, but I've done that before.
If you get everyone rolling, and maybe you get a couple months into the season, everyone's healthy, in shape, that kind of stuff, ready to go. Do you think it would be hard for a team to get 60, 65 to score against you? I mean, if your guys are playing up to their potential?
Well, when's the last time we had everybody healthy? I can't remember the last time we've had everybody healthy, so that's probably not going to happen, that we have everybody healthy. I think we can do more things. We put a little bit of full court pressure on today just to do it. We didn't play any zone. We didn't really play any kind of press. There's a lot of things that I think we can do personnel-wise, and I think we have personnel to do some things that are I think tough things to adapt to. But it's just you can't do everything at once. We're trying to put in some man offense. We're trying to put in some zone offense. You got to put in some out of bounds plays. I thought they would press more than they did. We worked on press breaker, different kind of press breakers, be it 3/4 court, be it full court, be it half court, and dropping back into they drop back into a 2-3 primarily, and then it kind of morphed into a more of a 1-3-1. And I thought our guys, they adjusted a little bit, getting into gaps and finding open areas. But it's just going to take some time. That's all. It's not like you have a bunch of returning guys that you can say, "Hey, watch him." We don't have a whole bunch of returning guys.
Bob, speaking of health, what's the situation with Mitchell in terms of any idea when he can come back or will come back?
No idea. He's shooting the ball a lot, and I think when he started out, he was shooting like 4 or 5 footers, and he's toward the point where now he's shooting the ball from the perimeter. But I don't know. That's up to the doctors. I wish it was. I wish it was soon, but I don't know. That's entirely up to the doctor. Pat's kind of the same way. I mean, you're going to like Pat. Pat plays hard. Pat really plays hard, really tries to rebound the ball. I think he's going to be a really good defender. That gives us another big. So now we would have 4 bigs, and if you maybe 5, depends. So that would give us, I think, a leg up on a lot of people. It'd give us a lot of people we could throw in and out there, providing we could keep everybody kind of caught up on what was going on with whatever it is we were trying to do.
You have a kid like Waggy, long, athletic.
Who?
Waggy, Muhammad.
Oh, Waggy.
Is it Waggy? I think it's what? Wiggy?
Mo.
I'm sure you got a nickname for him.
No, it's just Mo.
Okay, Mo.
We recruited him. His name was Mo.
Can you basically just tell him to just go in and just be athletic? What? Because it seems like he can do some different things, but there's a rawness there as well, it seems like.
Well, there's a rawness with him. I think there's a rawness with Jimmy. I think there's the two guys that aren't as raw are the two guys that are spend more time in the hospital than they did in the gym. Those guys have got a lot more experience. Those guys are young. I mean, James came over here from England. He was a tennis player. Yeah, so I mean, obviously he doesn't know a lot. He's getting better. I think he's talented. I think he could really do some things, and he's a lot more physical than what you think that he is. Yeah, he plays against Jimmy every day.
Well, it seems like you have this team it's like a Rubik's Cube. You can just rotate it around and match it up and do something that's different for an opponent or match up whatever. Like you could probably counter a lot of things you see or force a lot of advantages. And you want to be patient and work on it. Let guys come along. Just listen to you. Do you see like big picture of this team that could, I don't know, kind of like have multiple different strengths or abilities, or is it something that eventually you figure out what you're best at and you narrow the broad stuff down just to what's easier to practice and what's obviously strengths? Don't know if that was a big question. It's not a good one.
Well, obviously we turned it over 20 times, so we're not very good with handling the ball. You know, and I think you're right to be concerned about, you know, some of the younger guys and there. But I mean, think about it. Eric started the game and turned it over the first 2 times he touched it, and we ended up turning it over 20 times. I think Eric turned it over 10 times. I believe that's right. And so, you know, if he turns it over 10 times, what's a freshman going to do? I mean, we've just got to continue to work at it. But we've been on the toss back. We've done all kind of different passing drills to try to get him to fake a pass, make a pass instead of grab it, throw it into some guy's hands. And you know, it's repetition, guys. Our game is so much about repetition, and it's hard to get that kind of repetition. And you know, they go, and then they go play, you know, open gym, and they throw it everywhere and throw it in a guy's hands, hit him in the feet. What are you going to do about that? You know, it's just it's a game. It's a game that to be great at, you have to be very repetitive. And for guys to go in the gym to think they're going to go in the gym and play pickup and be repetitive, you're not very damn smart if that's what you think, because that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So it's going to take time. It's something that's going to take time. It's something that we're going to have to do over and over and over and over and over again. And it's going to take a while. I just, you know, we're done with the exhibition thing. We got what, Mess, three games before we go to, or four games before we go to out west, and we got Pitt coming up here soon. That's not easy. At Pitt, that's certainly not an easy game. And then we go out there, and those aren't easy games. So practice is going to have to. They're probably not going to like practice very much, because it's got to be extremely competitive to simulate what they're going to see a little later on. That's a whole lot of basketball talk that maybe some of you understand.